Hey True Crimers, partners in crime, it is True Crime Friday, week 6 already. I cannot believe how fast this time has gone by, but I am having so much fun doing this series and I hope you're enjoying watching. So tonight, if you haven't noticed, we're in a different location. I am walking my dog because we are multitasking tonight. It's been a crazy day, so in order to get this episode out, we have to multitask, you know? Mom life. This is Piper. She's our True Crime Friday mascot. Say hi, Pipe. So tonight we're going to continue the conversation on Sebastian Rogers, doing our part to keep his name out there and to help prevent his case from going cold. I also want to start talking more about Summer Wells. Her name has come up this week, so I'm happy to see that. And I want to do our part here on True Crime Friday to aid in getting her name back out there and, you know, doing our part to find these kiddos. And as always, I have to give my disclaimer that this is for entertainment purposes only. These are only my thoughts, my opinion, my speculation. These are not facts. Please form your own opinions. And now we can get into it. I just lost my car. I'm working my way back to my car so we can get into it. I got my dunks. Do you guys have your coffee or any drink ready to sit down, get comfortable, and get into this? There's always so much to talk about in the case of Sebastian Rogers. So this week I spent a lot of time going back to the beginning, watching a lot of the old interviews and really taking a lot of notes. I never really took notes before, but it's interesting when you write down the notes and then you listen to all the interviews kind of back to back. You can really see the red flags and just the different inconsistencies. I need to get back to my car because it's getting dark and I'm in Massachusetts and there is a lot of rumor, speculation going around, a lot of fear. A lot of people are scared that there is a serial killer. We can't say the word serial unaliver in New England. So I don't want to be out here by myself. And that is a big PSA I want to shout out to women in New England. There has been remains found in Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. I think we're up to 8. Nobody knows. The authorities say it's not, they don't think it's a serial K, but you can never be so careful. There have been 8 remains found, so something's not right? So I just want to warn women to not go jog, hike, walk on the rail trails in the woods by yourself. Bring a buddy, bring protection if you can. Watch your back, be diligent right now. No matter what is going on. I guess you should always be like that, but be extra careful right now. All right, now back to our episode. So since we're going right back to the beginning, we're going to talk about the fact that, and I know I've mentioned it before, they didn't do media for 8 days. As a matter of fact, I didn't remember this until I was going back. They actually had LE announce that they wouldn't be interested in doing media. It wasn't that LE was asking the media not to report on it. It was just a message being passed from the Proudfoots to LE that they just were not interested in basically being bothered by media. Now, how uncommon is that? Look at the case of Gabby Petito and the case of Michael Monkey Vaughn. Those mothers, the family, fathers, the whole family, they could not talk enough about their child. They wanted their name and their face to be out there and anyone that would listen. I remember we were talking a lot about Summer Wells and Michael Monkey Vaughn's mother, Brandy, was in the chats trying to say, hey, my son needs, obviously it's great that you're talking about Summer, but my son needs attention too. His name is Monkey. And she would, because everyone was talking about Summer, and she was just talking to anybody that would listen to say, hey, my baby needs attention too. And that's why his name got out there, because everybody was so obsessed with the Summer case at the time. it was only because of Brandy's persistence and determination that Monkey's name got the attention it did. And so that is the common actions of a parent of a missing child. So for them to not do media for 8 days and actually say they didn't want to do it is so different. On top of that, there was weird interviews in the beginning. In my opinion, they had the interview where you could only see their hands. Like, that was interesting. I don't think we've ever seen that before. Except, you know what it reminded me of? In the Summer Wells case, the day that the grandmother finally did her first interview, Candace didn't want to get on camera, but she had a message, because that was when Ronnie Lawson was saying they weren't cooperating and they lawyered up. She gave a written note to the news media for her to read on camera. It was a whole like written scratching like note. And that's what that reminded me of, the hands in the video. How odd. And we've talked about that, how you can watch the interview through the interviewer's eyes because you can't see the Proudfoots except for their hands. Anyone else think that's weird? Let me know in the comments. Well, my lighting is going to match true crime, I guess, the eerie vibe, because I had to come to my car because I have my grandson over. My house is small and full, and I gotta get this done. Friday's gonna be over. So please forgive my lighting, and we're definitely gonna be going over to at least a part 2. So we were going back to the beginning, how the hands and the not being on video or not even going to media. And then I heard a rumor this week, and I don't know how true it is, but I heard it from multiple sources that they didn't want originally their last name being released. I can believe it, but I can't say it as a fact because I don't know. But it definitely sounds like something they would do. But can you imagine if that is true? They don't want to go on camera, they don't want to talk to the media, and they don't want their last name being released. I actually think it might be true. Also, in the beginning, going back to law enforcement, I truly believe, my opinion, but I, from the bottom of my heart, believe that they maybe knew the Proudfoots or knew the Bowersox, and so, you know, I know the Kathy Bowersox is a realtor in the area, so she's probably very well known. Plus, I think they have some influence in town, money. I don't know, but think about it. And CP is friends with somebody at the station, a detective, law enforcement, I don't know. So they call up, my autistic son is missing, he ran away. And law enforcement maybe just made the awful decision to just go with the parents and believe the parents that this autistic child ran away. And they didn't do like layers where, you know, you can look for a runaway but also investigate a crime. And I know that Seth Rogers definitely said that when he got there was no one treating it as a crime scene. There were people trampling in and out of the house and nothing was being protected. So that's unfortunate. Although I have heard experts say that it's not too late. They could go and still get, like, use the luminol or, you know, gather collect different like evidence, I guess. And of course, it's right at the end of my 10 minutes, so I need to go over to part 2. So thank you for bearing with me, and I hope you will go over to part 2, and I will see you there.